What's the biggest lie you've heard about college? When I was in 7th grade, some of my cousins told me that colleges could look at your search history and I believed them. I immediately went through all my search history, deleted it, and purposely searched up stuff like how to solve quadratics or what does I represent so I could sound smart / hardworking to colleges. That is hilarious. That it doesn't matter if you don't know what you want to study right away and you can switch your major at any time. While parts of this are true, college is expensive. I switched my major after my 2nd year and had to take a 5th year to finish my degree. It's cheaper to take classes at a community college if you are unsure of what you want to study and then transition into university once you have decided. Don't pay thousands of dollars to find yourself. Also, if you go to a university where the majors are competitive, which was my experience, you have to somehow balance finding yourself while also being at risk of missing out on your chances at one of your potential majors if you duck up on one of your prerequisite course exams. Hey now, a lot of people find themselves right after bombing their Calc 2nd exams. Really coincidental like that. The two that stand out are professors would only accept papers written in cursive, and the only path to college is doing well in high school. The former isn't true because of these things called computers and the latter isn't true because of this thing called community college. Apostrophe. If you choose green daily you're already accepted. E. Pluribus anus. If you get hit by the campus bus your tuition is paid for by the college. Sent from my wheelchair. I know a woman who had her foot run over by one of the maintenance carts at university. She sued them and was awarded $250. 00000. That more than paid for her tuition. Edit. Since people keep commenting about the legitimacy of her lawsuit and this got way more attention than I thought it would. Here's the full story. The dude hit her with his maintenance cart and crushed her foot when she fell to the ground. He was drunk at work and completely negligent. She ended up in the hospital and needed expensive medical bills covered. The university denied all responsibility and refused to pay for her medical bills. Despite having liability insurance for that exact scenario, she was out time, money, pain and suffering, and missed a bunch of work in school. I think they got off easy. This reminds me of Knocked Up, when Seth's character explains his foot was ran over by the mailman and he was awarded $5K. Has $800 left and that'll last him at least another 2 years. My dad spent my entire senior high school year and my entire time in college telling me the same thing over and over. If you have a college degree, any job will hire you. Doesn't matter what kind of degree it is or what kind of job it is. They'll just hire you because you have a college degree. I don't think I really believed it, but I was too busy to question it anyway. The best part? When I got out of college and had trouble getting a job that didn't involve a cash register and customer service, he kept repeating it and claimed I just wasn't trying hard enough. Edit. For everyone that sound really freaked out. This was years ago and I have a job now. Used to be true. Times are different now. Trust me, I knew that even back then. But dad's always acted like we all live in a time warp and nothing ever changed and everything being different is just people being assholes. Things are better now. But back then, it didn't really help when the only advice I got from him was you're just not trying. That the professors don't help you. This isn't universal. I had my share of profs that were sink or swim. But I found a majority were willing to go above and beyond for you if you put the effort in. If you're at a research university, some of your professors have made their life's work out of your class. If you show the interest in their work the same way they have, and show JT by sitting in the front and asking relevant questions, or greeting them with a hello and thank you before and after when you go to their office for help, or copies of the slides, because you missed class, because you sit in front they missed your face, they will give you a hand. I had a professor who taught municipal politics, Canada, and the course was largely about separation of powers, federal, provincial, municipal responsibilities. The guy was a super nerd about it, and as it turns out I was too. Really enjoyed the class, always sat in front, And when my girlfriend's mom passed away when a major paper was due, gave me all the time in the world to finish it. Someone passed away that was really no relation to me, and I basically handed the paper in after finals were over. 3 weeks late. No problem. Edit. I'm leaving it, you old whores. After rats, what kind of classes were you taking? Sign me up. That you'll meet the love of your life there. Or your lifelong best friends, lol. Are you telling me you didn't have a smiling multicultural group of friends either? When I was in 11th 12th grade, I had a handful of teachers assigning unreasonably huge workloads of homework that were clearly valueless abusing work. Their justification was that they were preparing us for the rigors of college, and if we found this workload unmanageable, we were doomed to flunk out of college. My first 2 years of college were significantly less rigorous than my last 2 years of high school. Those teachers should have been pushing personal accountability and self-discipline, not just stressing us out in the hopes that we develop appropriate coping mechanisms. Man, in high school, yeah, go to your English teacher and ask if you could have a day extension because you have 6 AP exams. Your grandma died, and you have to start chemo, and they'd be like, welcome to college. Then you get to college and go to your professor and say the paper is due on my birthday and I plan on getting trashed. Can I have an extra day? And they like, take an extra week. Sounds like you'll have a hangover. I had a high school teacher knock off points on a test for signing my name in the wrong place on the piece of paper. He told me this is what I will have to deal with regularly in college. I graduate this year, and I have yet to see a college professor do anything like that. A high school teacher told us that the summer before college is the last long vacation you'll have. The many years of college were actually the longest vacation I've had. And then the lockdown happened. Yeah, my vacation before college truly will be my longest vacation ever. You have to go to college so you can get a good job. Well, what is a good job? What if I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life? I don't particularly love my current job that has nothing to do with my degree. BTW. But you know what? I still have one. I can support myself and live fairly comfortably. All my degree did was put me in debt. What I found out in both first-hand and second-hand experience was that most companies won't even consider you without a degree thanks to their application firewall. The day I added the college diploma to my resume was the day I started getting emails back. The college degree has become the new high school degree. Sex and drunk all the time. All I remember is paper deadlines. My experience was closer to the former, but the flammead was grand. Yeah, I definitely spent more time wobbly than I did sober and doing work. You'll get laid. SMH. Wait, as a matter of fact, the deadlines and professors did duck my head up. //shudders // so many awkward Tinder dates. You actually got matches on Tinder? That the professors are going to be worse than the teachers at high school. I've already finished my first year of college and the professors have been extremely helpful. Even more helpful than my high school teachers. I've always hated writing essays in English, but my college professor has helped me a lot and gave me lots of helpful tips. When I turned in my first essay, he was amazed at it because I followed all of his instructions. I don't know why high school teachers implement fear to their students of how hard college is. Instead, I would have liked it better if they actually teaches us the subject instead of hearing their past life and how they ended up as a teacher. Professors are usually also researchers who are passionate about their work, so helping out students is something they love to do. Not saying that high school teachers of the subject are not passionate, but college professors are on another level in the field. True, but at least at my school, a lot of professors get saddled with multiple classes and end up being horrible to work with. I had a professor who did research in computational fluid dynamics, so he taught heat transfer, thermo 1 and 2, fluids, and a couple graduate classes. Basically, if it was even remotely fluid/thermo adjacent, he taught it. Usually he'd have 2 or 3 classes at once. He was also a complete genius but extremely ADHD, so all things considered, he would usually show up 10 minutes late for every lecture, ramble about God knows what for an hour, and if you went to his office hours it would be clear that he knew what he was talking about. But good luck getting any relevant information out of him if you were there for less than an hour. I had him for 3 semesters straight, and I was homicidal by the end of it. To those who have been through college, how much would you say prestige and rankings matter? They definitely help to get into certain jobs at certain companies. For instance, if you really want to go to Wall Street or go to a top consulting company, the vast majority of hires come from top schools. The way I've always thought about it is that if you have two exactly equal candidates but one went to Harvard and the other went to a community college, which one are you going to pick? If the job weren't very prestigious, I might take the community college guy because I'd think the Harvard guy would get a better opportunity and abandon the job. Oh, there's a bunch that I heard across all 3 colleges I went to. All the dining hall food had laxatives in it, so you'll shit it out before you get food poisoning. If the professor is more than 15 minutes late, everyone can leave without getting in trouble. If your roommate dies, you get an automatic A. Every class, every elevator and crosswalk has a secret code you can punch in to make it go faster. Every building is haunted. Most of that is totally false. Most professors respected the 15-minute rule at my college. Literally had a professor run into class 14 minutes late and yell, "I made it. Everyone sucks to be you." College is weird. At my university, once past the 100 level classes, I found it extremely rare for any of my professors to even care about attendance. We either showed up or we didn't. On the other hand, my upper level professors were a bit better about showing up on time too. That the friends you make in college will be the best ones of your life didn't happen to me. My closest friends are a few guys I met way back when I was in elementary school, and they are like brothers to me. No one could be a better friend to me than those guys. I made some friends in college, but they were just drinking buddies, and I lost touch with most of them. This is literally me. I'll just add on the last thing you said. I lost touch with all of them by the end of freshman year. Never had a clique, even just someone I would hang out with outside of class. I'm in my 3rd year, and I told myself to make friends this quarter, right before the pandemic. Yeah, okay. It's never too late. Next quarter you'll find some people. I believe in you. Many people told me that living in a student hostel is better than to rent a room or flat because it's all fun and stuff, but I experienced both, and for me a separate room all to myself was infinitely better. That smart and mature people go to college. No matter what college I attended or what campus I visited, and regardless of their alma mater, there are a fair amount of fools on any campus and from any school, and an expected number of people still experiencing the growing pains of adulthood. This isn't to say they shouldn't be proud of their academic accomplishments or happy about their career prospects. Rather, it is simply that they are by all means deficient in areas I think one ought to not be deficient in. Maturity, insightfulness, self-awareness, etc. Damn, you even spelled out etc. Where did you go to school? Anyone who fully spells out etc. is immediately awarded tenure at a school of their choosing. You will get a job if you have a degree. Not gonna lie, it's nice to have literally no stress from that as someone in nursing. Instead, you just have one of the most stressful jobs on the planet. The professors will be hard asses and you'll meet your best friend in college. You'll find your soulmate there. I found a bullmate at least. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily Reddit videos.